Politics remain male-dominated in many countries around the world, especially in Asia, where female representation in parliament remains low. Social and cultural norms remain huge barriers for female political leaders. In Malaysia, becoming a politician for a woman is already a challenge. Malaysia's Deputy Minister of Domestic Trade and Cost of Living, Fuzia Saleh, explains that the first-past-the-post voting system makes it difficult for women to compete. Not only that, women are often put in the most competitive constituencies, which makes it harder for them to win. Therefore, she believes that the voting system must be reformed in order to allow more women to enter politics.
I think number one, the system. I think we need to look at a system that allows for more representation rather than winner-takes-all system. I think we have to study also other countries like New Zealand that have incorporated a referendum that allows for more women apart. New Zealand used to have winner-takes-all system, but they have included something else. I think number one is the system, and number two is the political parties. I think the political parties needs to see the representation of women as adding value to the struggle, and they need to have reforms within the party. They need to bring policies within the party that push forward more women.
Underlying gender roles in Asian countries persist, particularly in South Korea, where women are still expected to become a mother instead of pursuing traditionally male-dominated careers. This also means that women face prejudice when they choose not to sacrifice their careers. This mindset remains a barrier for women to become politicians. Democratic Party of Korea MP Son Woo-kang also noticed that female politicians are often objectified and are not taken seriously despite advocating for the same policies as their male counterparts.
We try to implement a lot of policies to increase the number of women politicians. For example, in the primary elections, giving them some additional scores or supporting them financially, especially for female politicians. However, I think there is a kind of social norms and bias against female when it comes to politicians especially, and they view the politician as a male job. To become a politician, you should kind of give up the balance between work and life. And I think there is a prejudice against women who kind of not sacrificing their whole life to the family. So I think it is kind of a barrier for women to become a women politician nowadays, I guess. But it's getting better. It's getting better though.
Another issue that many female politicians still face is the media representation, which stems from a gender bias against women. Singapore Democratic Party member Jaslyn Goh feels that political reporters should be more balanced and more gender sensitive in their reporting. This, she thinks, will shape the perspective that people have towards female politicians.
So what they write, how they write about us, actually play a very important part. I mean, most of the women, we are being judged how we dress, how we, present ourselves, So if that can be overcome, or if the media can be more fair, like I say, I don't need you to say something nice about me, but say something fair about me. Please do not judge whether, a lot of press when they interview me is how old are you, how many kids you have, what is your highest qualification. But when they ask the men, no, they don't ask questions like this. So I think the perception of the media has to change.
Meanwhile, the percentage of women in the Thai parliament remains low. Regardless, there have been significant improvements. Pheu Thai Party MP Visaradi Techatirawat noticed that women in political leadership positions, both at the local and national levels, have increased. What remains lacking, though, is the mentorship and support.
อันนี้อาจจะเป็นเพราะว่าการที่เราจะต้องมีการรณรงค์แล้วก็จัดการอบรมดีๆ อย่างเงี้ยแล้วก็พยายามอธิบายให้เขาได้เห็นว่าการที่เป็นผู้หญิงเนี่ยก้าวขึ้นมาทำบทบาทการเป็นผู้นำต่างๆ ไม่ว่าในระดับท้องถิ่นหรือในระดับประเทศต่างๆเนี่ยมันจะมาช่วยเหลือกลุ่มผู้หญิงเองยังไงแล้วก็สามารถจะนำปัญหาต่างๆ ที่เขามีที่เขาได้เจอเนี่ยค่ะเอาเข้ามาแล้วสามารถได้คุ้มครองกันด้วยค่ะถ้าสมมติเรามีกลุ่มผู้หญิงเข้ามาเนี่ยค่ะเชื่อว่าเราจะเห็นความละเอียดอ่อนที่ผู้หญิงเราเนี่ยสามารถจะส่งผลแล้วก็สร้างนโยบายต่างๆ ที่มันจะสามารถดูแลเขาไม่ว่าจะเป็นในเรื่องความเป็นอยู่นโยบายต่างๆ เรื่องเด็กสตรีอาจจะเป็นคนชรารวมๆเข้ามาด้วยในครอบครัวความเป็นอยู่ต่างๆ ก็คงจะมีนโยบายที่เข้มแข็งแล้วก็ชัดเจนขึ้นนะคะ
Currently, the regional average of women in national parliaments in Asia stands at 21.5%, according to the Inter-Parliamentary Union, while the global average stands at 27%. Therefore, many of these female politicians believe that having more women in politics would make society much more equitable and would shape policies to be much more inclusive for all citizens, such as in healthcare and in education. Nad Bunag reporting for Thai PBS World.